Hail and Meshes Kingdom, welcome to Path of Exile 2 Return of the Ancients. And League just started, you probably already in the end game, but still can't get good gear. And prices are higher and higher every day. Well, you got no other choice other than learn how to craft yourself. And don't worry, it's super easy. This season actually crafting is pretty simple, but also you need to think what you're actually doing. It's not as easy as before where you can just copy the recipe and it will work. Now there's a bunch of things that you can use to affect your crafts. I will show how to craft every single piece of equipment. So let's go. I craft them all the time, selling for a bunch of divines. But today I will mostly explain how to craft for yourself. First of all, a little bit of basics. When item is white, it will have no modifiers. Then you will see this separation, prefix and suffix modifiers. Also some items will have implicit modifiers. Implicit modifiers are tied to items, so flask recovery applied instantly is only available on utility belt. And right now it cannot be changed, so if you got utility belt, you always will have applied instantly modificator in implicit. Then you get a little bit of currency, augmentation and transmutation orbs that can add one random modifier and make white item blue, which is also called magic. Blue item can have one suffix and one prefix. Then you get different ways how you can upgrade item to rare, which will have yellow color. You can use Regal Orb and you will add one random modifier. You can use Orb of Alchemy and you will change all modifiers completely. Or you can use crafting materials, essences and other stuff. Most important part can be found in POE2 DB website in modifiers section. You need to learn your item before you start crafting. So let's say we will craft a bunch of quarterstaffs today. That's all modifiers that can roll on quarterstaff. You will easily see that they roll in different parts, so you can't have add to physical damage in suffix. Added damage, increased damage mostly will be in prefix, and suffix will be for stats, additional modifiers like level to some skills, some leech modifiers, critical hit, attack speed and stuff like that. And that's mostly true for all of the items. So for amulets, armors and other pieces there will be protective modifiers in prefix and supportive in suffix, like resistances will be in suffix. Also desecrated modifiers will be separated and also they go into different parts, so you can't roll increased fire damage in suffix. And essences also got its place. Same as perfect essences. So, first of all, before you even can start crafting, you need crafting base. Maybe you'll find some cool rare item on the ground like Ancestral Tiara tier 2. You're really hyped up, you identify it and you see that it's complete garbage with tier 7 maximum mana and no one will ever think about wearing this tiara. So yeah, boom. How do we get bases then? One of the ways is to go into market. However, most of bases with good increased physical damage for weapons, that's what we're looking for to start our craft, can cost 5 or even more divines. And that's another really important part about crafting. Before you even attempt to buy magic base, try to think, is there any like good rare items already on the market? There is insanely high chance someone already crafted something that may work for you. Anyway, if you're playing solo self-found or hybrid solo self-found like me, you're definitely never buying bases for 5 divines. And that's basically how you want to play. You want to collect bases, I like to collect a bunch of them, or just do it on a run, and then drop Orb of Augmentation and Transmutation on top of them. Boom! So basically we're applying Augmentation and Transmutation to all of the bases right now. We will craft weapons, I guess it's more fun stuff to do. And we check what we roll for. Now here's really important stuff. When you're applying Orbs of Transmutation and Augmentation, you will see that they have minimum modifier level. So if you want to fish for the best mods, you definitely want to use Perfect Orb of Transmutation and Augmentation. But they are pretty rare right now, so that's why you want to collect a bunch of bases and only then craft and get only the best stuff. Also, you don't want to craft on trash items, and to understand is your item trash or not, you need to see item level. So that's another important part. As you can see, if you highlight item with Alt, you will see item level. And this item level will explain what mods can be rolled on this item. Item level 79 on this quarterstaff. Then when I go into increased physical damage over here, I can easily see that I can't roll tier 1 modificator before item level 82. So I can only roll item level 75 modifier, which is tier 2. And now here's a trick. If you use perfect orbs, like this for example, they can roll minimum modifier level 70. And again, right now in game it's impossible to see, but our perfect roll of Orb of Transmutation or Augmentation basically will cut off everything below level 70, so we can't roll this no more. And also because our item is below level 82, we can't roll this. The only modifier we can roll right now of increased physical damage is over here. But of course there's a lot of other mods that we can roll, and that's why crafting takes some time. So how to see where to drop your perfect orbs? When you got a bunch of them, of course you can just start with them. But I like to start with Greater Orb of Transmutation, and then check if I got prefix or suffix. Do you remember? Magical items can only have one suffix and one prefix. Therefore, every quarterstaff that rolled suffix modifiers right now can only roll prefix. And that's where Orb of Augmentation will go. So this one got suffix, this one also got suffix, and let's drop it on bow. If we roll something cool, we can get really nice results, but not for this bow, sadly. This one got increased stun duration, that's not bad, let's see. Tier 2 cold damage, I like it, it will work. But I don't care about suffixes too much, so we're not spending this resource on useless quarterstaffs. And here's tier 2 fire damage. Now, we got our mods. Let's actually finish all the quarterstaffs, let's see what will happen. Critical hit chance, not bad. Level to all melee skills, +4, also nice, because it got nerfed and it's harder to get. And let's actually do it on mouse. And here you need to decide like where you want to go with your quarterstaffs. So +4 to skills, maybe, it's not that bad. Some of them will just roll completely trash modifiers that you probably will never use, like low tier increased physical, added physical, and reduced attribute requirements. That bad quarterstaff. You can sell it, or you can also collect them and then drop into reforging bench and reforge to get a chance for maybe good reroll. This one rerolled into critical hit chance, let's see what will happen on top. The bad one. Now item is dead, or it can be reforged once again with other quarterstaffs. So the good ones. We consider a good quarterstaff if it have increased physical damage. That's like really good because it's super easy to craft something nice, but we're not locked into it only. Let's say you think quarterstaff got some potential. You can go for Unga Bunga craft. Basically you can use regal orbs. It's better to use greater regal orbs to have chance for like better rolls, and it rolled mixed increased physical damage. That's not that bad. And now again you just spend exalted orbs to see if you can roll something good, and this one already got some nice modifiers. Increased stun build up, tier 2, maximum roll. Honestly, we hoped to hit increased physical damage once again, and this Unga Bunga craft will, boom, be very good. It is not, but it's nice to show you what's going on over here right now. So we got two choices right now, but mostly only one. Boom. We rolled for a really low added cold damage. And that's basically where item will go next, after Unga Bunga craft. You can go for your essences, and of course you don't want to buy essences for your Unga Bunga crafts, but that's how crafts work right now. You got only one choice of essence, and you get only one choice of desecration. So you can't reroll essences like you would do it before, and therefore we need to account for our chances. Because we just filled all prefixes and suffixes, essences that should go on top, like perfect essence of extra fire, cold, lightning damage, they will always go on top. So this one is cheap, let's try it. Right now this quarterstaff got added cold damage on top, and that's bad mod. But if we add this essence, we will target one of these three mods. 1, 2, 3. So we got 33% chance to actually hit cold damage, and if it will be removed, this quarterstaff will be like a lot better. A lot better. So boom, 33% chance, we just hit. Yeah, it's already pretty good quarterstaff. So mine fully upgraded with the runes inside will have Whirling Assault damage and quarterstaff strike damage, just like 20% more. So we can drop runes and it will be better. Let's check what's on bottom. We got one really bad mod, grant life per enemy hit, and we got essences for bottom part also. For example, Essence of Battle, like perfect Essence of Battle, it's getting cheaper and cheaper every second. I guess everyone realizes it's not that broken. So if we hit 33% chance right now, it can be boom. Of course it can't be, I just lied to you, yes. Don't forget there's only one peak of essence. So we need to decide where we drop essence to remove mods. And perfect essences will always remove mods. Now to finish Unga Bunga craft, we can go with desecration, and desecration with omen. So if you think this craft can be good, you can go for like necromancy omen, you can go for jobon, and there's dextral and sinistral necromancy. One of them will affect suffix, one of them will affect prefix. We want to affect suffix right now to get a chance to remove life per enemy hit. But before applying desecration, you want to check mods over here. Is there any mods that you want to get? Maybe you want to have spirit reservation. Then you can add one more omen to get Amanamu modifiers. We will go for just random stuff, just to showcase you. Boom. We removed actually trash mod. So we're dropping the stuff over here right now and revealing to see what we will get. And we get reservation efficiency. Okay, that's not that bad. And as you can see, it's as good as mine already. There's no quality on it, and it will be on the market. Anyway, so what is the best way to craft item right now that will just serve you very good and will help you clear all the content of the base level at least, so you can clear all pinnacle bosses and everything you need. You want to start with increased physical damage without accuracy. So accuracy is bad. And this should be like tier 2, tier 1 increased physical. If you roll it, you can craft already. You want to go for this essence. Essence of abrasion that will add one modifier and it will be added physical damage. So this essence will go in prefix and he will have two modifiers that will increase physical damage. The cool part that this is local modifiers. This means they will improve this damage over here on a tooltip. So increased physical damage will increase added damage and it will be added over here. That's like super good scenario. Then it's super simple. You just need to decide what abyss modifier you want and desecrate your item in the correct place. So if you want suffix modifier desecrated, you just desecrate suffix. Otherwise, you can desecrate prefix. If there is no special modifiers that you want, you can just desecrate blindly without any extra modifiers and you can roll basically anything. Even tier 1 increased physical damage, it's also possible, accounting for your item level of course. Okay, you got your essence, you got your desecration. What to do next? Well, you just go Unga Bunga. If item looks good, you can go with Greater Exalted Orbs. If item is weird and you're not sure about it, just go with the ordinary ones and hope for the best. Basically, that's how basic crafting will look like, that's how you will craft. But there's another strategy for weapons, and I like it if you want really good weapons, because we can pick only one essence, and loads of essences is actually very good when they are perfect essences. You can start by adding Regal Orb instead. It's nice to have perfect Regal Orb for this craft, but what you will achieve is a rare item with one more modifier. And that's how I would approach craft like this. So let's say we got not added modifier, but increased physical damage and level to all melee skills. That's premium weapon, and you can make it even more premium. But you need a little bit of luck. Technically you can go for just previous craft and hope for the best. And that's the best way if you don't have weapon yet. But if you have weapon already, I would go for Regal Orb to try and get one random good modifier in prefix or suffix. And then I will desecrate and probably try to fracture. So let's draw Regal Orb to just showcase you what will happen. And that's what we got over here, like perfect situation. So we got 3 modifiers. To fracture we need 4. And therefore I want to use bones and I want to add them on top. So then I can add essence on top and eat modifiers that I don't like. I don't need this leech damage as life. It will work like this. We will use Omen to desecrate prefix modifier. We'll use Jobon and boom, boom, boom. We will have desecration. Now, after this desecration is applied, we will apply fracture. But fracturing orb is pretty rare. You can get it after you cleanse corrupted nexus. It was over here for me, for you also probably. And then around corrupted nexus, after you cleanse it, there will be cleansed maps. That's how they will look like. And that's where fracturing orb may drop. It costs around 4 or 5 divines right now, so it's pretty costly. And I will demonstrate without it. But that's only for premium items. When top modifier good and bottom modifier good. You don't care about Regal Orb, you just want to add desecration and then try to fracture, so you can use Ritual Omens of Sinistral Crystallization and Dextral Crystallization. Dextral will help us to remove only suffix. And I don't want this leech damage as life. If +4 level will be fractured and it's 33% chance to fracture what we want, then I will have 100% chance to remove damage as life. Because if modifier is fractured, it cannot be touched. Essence that will give me extra damage as physical damage, or maybe I want lightning or cold damage. Basically perfect essence need to remove one of the modifiers and then change this modifier into like essence mod, and essence mod gain damage as, and it can be only in prefix, therefore it will take suffix and go into prefix. I hope it's pretty understandable. So I will go for 50-50 roll with this Omen right now. Omen will help me remove only suffix, and we got 50-50 chance to remove damage as life. However, again, when you crafting, you need to account for chances. So it's 50% chance to remove damage as life, but it's also 50% chance to remove level of all melee skills. Therefore, you may use omens that will affect where exalted orbs will go. There's also 2 of them, and you can get them in rituals. So right now, with this omen activated in my inventory, my exalted orb will go into suffix. Boom! And we get critical damage bonus. That's nice, but again, we don't care too much. Now we get 33% chance to remove one of these modifiers, and we just hope that +4 level to all skills stays. So technically I just improved odds for level to all melee skills to stay, but also I improved odds for leech damage as life to stay. Boom! And we removed level to all skills. So that's the bad one. This crafts again ends with just regal orb, I mean exalted orb, and we'll see what we can get over here. Boom! Get some lightning damage, not bad. But because level to all skills removed, it's trash. So that's what can happen, and that's why you don't want to invest too much into completely random crafts until you're really ready to get some currency to play with your items. Better go for some like standard crafts. You can make pretty simple elemental damage weapon if your weapon already got 1 elemental damage mod, and if your build likes elemental damage, you can just go for another elemental type, like lightning damage on top, so you got 2 elemental damages, then spam some exalted orbs and use desecration, and this item will be good. So that's how to make like good starting weapons. So what about armors? It's basically the same stuff, but for armors we also got one kind of special way to craft. So Omen of Putrefaction is very nice, cool and special currency. You can craft basically any item with it, and it will change modifiers to all desecrated modifiers, and you will go and roll them. So here's the catch: it will instantly corrupt your item, and you need to know what items to craft with Omen of Putrefaction. As I told you, it can be any item, but high tier boots will be the best choices. Boots with high item level can roll like 30 increased movement speed, and all other modifiers got a lot less available rolls, so it's easier to roll for really high tier boots. I really suggest you to get item level 71 boots, and this will be enough to roll kind of best in slot. I got item level 80, that's also fine. And while item level shows you what type of modifiers you can roll, your required level shows base stats. In most cases, you will have higher basic evasion, energy shield and armor on higher required level items. It's not always true for armors, so for armors, it mostly the best basic stats will be on on required level 65, and then armors will have lower defenses, but they will have some fun implicit modifiers. So most important part before you start Omen of Putrefaction journey: item will be corrupted, therefore you want to upgrade your quality. Don't forget to add sockets, activate Omen of Putrefaction, and just use Preserved Rib. Boom, boom. Oh yeah, target should be rare. So we just drop Orb of Alchemy on top of them, see if we can get something good like movement speed. That's what we are looking for on boots. And now they desecrated. So let's go and find out what we can roll. Boots is a great choice for it. Armors is also fine. Gloves 50-50, they are super random. Belts kinda fine, but I haven't got any like good belt, and collarbones are pretty rare and cost a lot. But helmets, body armors and boots mostly was successful. So let's see, 10% increased movement speed, that's not good, but here we see other mods, and again we can roll multiple times so we can see movement speed again. We're rolling dexterity intelligence boots right now, and increased evasion and energy shield 92% is tier 1 modifier, so let's get it. Let's reveal once again, and we got 30 movement speed. Boom. So it's already pretty good boots with nice evasion, energy shield and like tier 1 movement speed. Can we get some resistances? Let's see. Not today. And it will be mixed evasion, stun threshold and energy shield. That's fine. The next one is resistance in the rarity of items. Should we go for low resistance or like mid-tier rarity? I guess we can get maybe stunt threshold. Who needs 10 rarity? Let's go for stunt threshold. And we're looking for really high resistance. Not today, but let's get at least one. So if we rolled for 2 good resistances, okay, we got cold and lightning. That's the boots. We can check them on the market right now. And they cost like 2 divines maybe. Yeah, that's how you can easily make good boots. So this one got 20 increased movement speed already. And if my boots would have 20 movement speed, they will be like 1 divine. But 59-2 evasion is tier 2 mod. So we will get tier 2 bonus to evasion rating and energy shield. We'll get maximum life. I guess it's slightly better. And this one is bad. But maybe we can roll like triple resistance. Whoa, we got a really good resistance. Like triple resistance. Okay, but no movement speed. So that was kind of mistake. But it is what it is. So yeah, that's how you can also craft some items. But normally I would just drop orbs of augmentation transmutation and see what we can get. Boom, boom. You just need greater ones. Don't need anything else over here. This one already got movement speed. And here what you can do with boots, it's a little bit harder, of course, because you need movement speed and also you need protection. If you rolled for like really good mods, you just regal orb and see what happens and just hope for the best. Get fire resistance and we can drop exalted orbs until we get movement speed. Okay, we got it. So that's how you roll. But if boots already got movement speed, that's actually craftable boots. It depends on what you want. Do you want more resistanceness or you want actually stats on boots? So for energy shield boots, maybe we would like better stats, like basic stats, energy shield. So we can use Essence of Enhancement to get better energy shield. Boom, we got it. And then we just dropping exalted orbs to see what we roll next. And we got 2 maximum energy shield, so it's tier 3 modifiers. That's pretty good. And last step will be to add 1 exalted orb. We got 2 fire resistance. And if boots are somewhat good, so we check with movement speed, with energy shield, you can make it like slightly higher because we will add runes and quality. So this can be 1 divine boots. Then I'm using Desecration, and let's reveal. Boom, lightning resistance. Okay, this can be really good. Always add a rune, because market will account for equality, but not for a rune. Okay, double resistance with movement speed, and we are done. On the market already. And this technique kind of works for every piece of your gear, especially for your body armors and your helmets. So we're just dropping currency on top, we're dropping second part of currency and checking what we are land on. We're looking to land on 2 energy shield and 1 resistance. It will be like best case scenario. Haven't land on any single one, and that's why mostly I'm doing this while running around, collecting helmets, instantly dropping currency and dropping them on the floor. If they good, they good. So then I'm not dropping, of course. But let's say this rolled good, and there will be like 2 situations. So good means over here we got resistance, over here we got 2 energy shield. And it depends on what you want on your piece of gear. Do you want more energy shield or your defenses like armor, evasion, or do you want more resistance? For example, on body armors, I like to have more basic defenses like energy shield because they provide more of them and we multiply them better. So if you got tier 1 2 resistance, I mean 2 defenses, basically 2 evasion, let's say, then we get this essence instantly added, and it will be added to prefix, and it will add tier 3 increased modifier. Then you slam exalt and you hope to have 3 modifiers on top. After you get it right, you can desecrate bottom part, because that's how you can fish for resistance. So you will have like 2 good modifiers for defense and 2 resistances. Another way is to desecrate with Omen right after Essence. This way you will be able to get 3 good modifiers that will augment your defenses. So you go all in on it. But then you just YOLO Exalted Orbs. So no matter what, last 3 modifiers will be complete YOLO. Let's see what we can land on. Boom! Increased energy shield recharge rate. Not really perfect, but that's fine. Here we get increased energy shield. Here we get lightning damage to attacks, tier 1 by the way. So probably these gloves will benefit a lot more from resistances, and that's second situation. So if you want more resistance on your item pieces, and that's mostly what I want on my boots, gloves, sometimes even on helmets, but for helmets I also like to have higher base defense value. But if you're looking for resistance, you can get resistances from your essences, and there's tier 3 resistance modifiers. Let's just get fire over here, and here we are. So these gloves already is not very good, just 10 exalted orbs. For gloves, I like to use greater exalted orbs, they roll better, so we get stats right now, and boom, bonus to mana, not bad, but we will finish with Desecration, because this gives us ability to roll 3 modifiers and see what's good and what's not. Rings also crafted in the beginning of the league in the same fashion, mostly you look for like good resistance and just roll extra resistance for your rings, and you will easily fix and cap out your resistances. Boom! What is most beneficial mod over here? Maybe a little bit of extra energy shield. But that's how I craft my broken items in Path of Exile 2. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe, drop a like, and see my build in the pinned comment. See you in the next ones. And good luck in your crafts.